If you want to grow your worship ministry, you have to do this. The key to growing is learning what's working and what's not, and making adjustments. Those who do it well will excel, and those who don't are bound to keep making the same mistakes over and over again. Hey, I'm Jeff. I'm a worship ministry coach who helps worship leaders get from where they are to where God's leading them. A healthy and thriving worship ministry has to have this key component in the mix in order to keep moving forward, and that is evaluation. You will find that evaluation is at the core of the worship ministry coach framework. In fact, it's at the very center of our growth engine that helps all of our clients get from point A to point B. Evaluation equals learning. And any organization or organism that doesn't have the ability to adapt or make adjustments is destined to eventually just fail. The fact that you're here right now tells me that you are a learner. And with the right systems in place, you can ensure that your ministry will keep moving forward in the most healthy way. So let's jump right into our evaluation process and how it helps you to create the best worship sets and services for your ministry. First, you want to align objectives. The mission, vision, and values of your ministry are the measuring sticks of anything and everything that you do. If something doesn't line up with those three guiding lights, then you aren't moving toward your goal. This is your true north. It's kind of your plumb line. Let's face it, in ministry there are a million different things that you could be doing. Things the church down the road are doing, or something that you saw online. But ultimately, you have to ask the question, does this line up with who we are and where we are going? The reason evaluation is so important in ministry is because it's a constant realignment with who you are and where God is leading you. God has called your church to a specific mission with a specific vision and values for how that plays out. Aligning your objectives ensures that you're still on the right path and everyone is shooting at the same target. Second, collect feedback. If you want to fail in ministry, then all you have to do is make all the decisions in a vacuum without any outside perspective. I know it sounds silly, but it's really tempting to just keep your head down and keep plowing forward with how you see things, because it seems easier. But in the long run, I promise it's much harder. God has not called you to lead a ministry by yourself. He's put a group of people around you with gifts and viewpoints that are different from yours on purpose. Without fail, from what I've seen in ministry, when you gain the perspective of a unified team that God has entrusted with you, you are certain to make the best decisions for the whole. Now, I know what you're thinking because I've been there and I know it's not fun. When you ask for people's opinions, you're going to get them. And a lot of times they stink. And that is why it's so important that you always receive feedback within a leadership structure so that the final decisions aren't somehow misconstrued as you just ultimately doing what you always want to do. Third, analyze results. Feedback really is useless if you don't have a system in place to review it and to pull all the golden nuggets out of it as you move forward in your ministry. So first, you have to put a team in place that will help analyze the feedback that you've collected. Next, you want to develop a system that allows the team to highlight areas that particularly struck them from the feedback. And next, you want to create a setting where those highlights can be discussed. And finally, you and your team need to decide what next steps need to be taken. And that leads us to our next step in the evaluation process. Fourth, make adjustments. Without seeming overly simplistic, the next step is to take the steps that you agreed upon. Usually, these are just small course corrections versus major shifts that you're doing. Evaluation is all about learning and growing and getting better. So as you approach making these adjustments, view them as just small steps to improve upon what you're already doing. Now, it may be difficult at first, but once you've developed a culture of evaluation, people will begin to expect the adjustments that need to be made, and they won't resist it quite as much. And finally, celebrate success. Celebration is really important in your ministry, and here's 3 main reasons that you need to incorporate celebration into your ministry. The first reason is this: you get more of what you celebrate. So it's so important to take the time to recognize the things that are going right if you want to perpetuate that into more things. Second, it's important for team morale. If your team does a good job, then their effort is worthy of being celebrated, along with the fact that it helps develop a culture that others want to join with. Everyone wants to be a part of a winning team. And third is celebration marks movement towards a goal. A sports team will always celebrate a goal because it gets them closer to winning. And in ministry, we celebrate when we succeed at something because it's a marker in fulfilling the mission and the vision that God has called us to. If you incorporate an effective evaluation process into your ministry, I guarantee you that it will make every part of it better, including your worship sets and services. If you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe so you don't miss upcoming videos and trainings that will help you in your ministry. You can find the PDF that goes along with this training, as well as the feedback sheet that we've created for you at worshipministrycoach.com in the How to Make a Worship Set course. If you've made it to this video, then congratulations, because you're well on your way to developing the skill of making good quality worship sets efficiently and effectively. I really hope that this course has been helpful to you in giving you tangible resources that move you from where you are to where God's leading you. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.